Hey Mom, what are you working on?
I'm trying to master my APA citations.
You know, I think I have the thing for you.
I think this video should be able to give you a better understanding of APA citations. I'm Jacob Lloyd, and this is the comprehensive guide to APA citations. This instructional video will be split into 3 parts. The first part being about how to create brilliant APA citations and references. The second part being about how to do proper in-text citations. And the third part about common pitfalls I and others have experienced when it comes to APA citations. The first step in creating remarkable citations is identifying what type of content or what type of media your source is. It could be a journal, a magazine, a website, a newspaper, a song, a film, a podcast, all of the above. But what you have to do is identify which one it is and then look for how to cite that kind of content. Because each type of media, each type of content has its own specific APA citation process. One resource that provides information on how to cite different types of content is Purdue University's Online Writing Lab, or OWL. You can browse how to cite properly all different types of mediums here and the proper procedure. As an example of a remarkable citation, let's try and cite the song that is currently being played in this video. A song called Amsterdam by Lately Lou. We know we're trying to cite a song, so we'd go to the OWL guide, go to audio-visual media, and search for the song section. Once there, it gives a template to follow in order to cite songs. I knew the song was called Amsterdam, and it was released by Lately Lou. What I did not know was the release year or the record label. I searched the release year and found out that it was released in 2019. And then I searched for Lou and found out that he was signed to his own record label, Lou Records, where the song was released. Since there was no album connected to this piece, the album section was omitted as per the advice of the OWL guide. As you can see here, this will be our final citation of the song. Notice how the classification of the song is in hard brackets, and notice how the year is in soft brackets. Additionally, note how it is in 12-point Times New Roman font, as are all APA citations, as well as being double-spaced. Another citation we could do would be to cite Stephen J. Kirsch's book, Media and Youth, A Developmental Perspective, a book I used during my Performance Task 2 research paper. Like the last citation, we're going to be going to the OWL guide to look how to cite this type of media, which is a book. Again, we know straight away the book's author and we know the name of the book. So what we have to research is the year it was published and the name of the publisher. Through research, I found that the book was published in 2010 and the publisher was Wiley Blackwell, thus answering the question, what year it was published and who is the publisher. So here we have the final form of the citation. We have the author's name, the year it was published, the title, the publisher. Now keep in mind the first letter after the colon is always capitalized, let's say with semicolons. And remember 12-point Times New Roman font for all APA citations. The next part in our guide to APA citations is in-text citations. In-text citations are commonly used in research papers and really any kind of papers. When you are talking or discussing a quote or a statistic or a paraphrase quote in your writing, you need to refer to that, and the way you do that is through an in-text citation. And the way you do that with APA formatting and APA style is very particular. One resource that provides great information on in-text citations is Penn State University's APA Citation Guide. In this you can find a great example of in-text citation. So as you can see, the writer references and paraphrases the researcher's findings, and then he references their names accordingly. So for this he referenced 2 different researchers, Doering et al. And Thomas. So for Doering et al. He adds et al. Because that includes many other researchers who helped Doering find this. And Doering is first because that's how it appears in the citation. Notice how after et al. is a period, because that's an abbreviated sentence, and it's period, comma. Now that's something that some can commonly mistake, but make sure to do that. Then afterwards, the year it was published, so we know exactly what we're referring to. And then if you're referring to, like he is, use a semicolon to split the two references. And then it is Thomas 2004, because the writer is Thomas, published in 2004. Notice how in the second citation he doesn't include Derwing at all in the in-text citation in the brackets. Now this is because he stated it out of the brackets. So if you state the author's name outside of the brackets, you don't have to refer to it again inside of the brackets. Thus meaning he only has to write the date, which was 2002. So you have the Derwing et al. And then you have 2002. This is a demonstration of in-text citation with one of our earlier citations, the Stephen J. Kirsch book. Now I use this in my performance task 2 essay, so as you can see here I referenced the author at the beginning, and then I reference what he was providing an example of, what information he was giving, and then I give the year. Again, notice how I don't use the name because I already referred to it, and I use the year in soft brackets at the end. The third and final part of this guide is common mistakes and pitfalls that are made while doing APA citations. The first of which is some common formatting mistakes. So if you don't know, APA formatting for the citations is 12-point Times New Roman font, double-spaced citations, and each line below the first line in the citation is indented. As you can see here, this would be a 12-point Times New Roman citation that's double-spaced and want everything below the first line with a margin. Another common error is leaving titles in all caps. This is a source I use in my Performance Task 2 paper. As you can see, the title is fully capitalized, which is appropriate when the title is trying to demonstrate anger or frustration, but in this scenario is not appropriate, and since the journal is Slovenian, it's probably down to a translation issue. As you can see in the citation, the capitalizing is fixed and it's written properly instead of with all capitals. The third error is not putting capitals after your semicolons or colons. Here are some citations with semicolons and colons. Notice how after each semicolon or colon, the first letter is always capitalized. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I hope you learned something about APA citations. Thank you very much.
So, did you find that video helpful?
Yes, I found it really helpful, and I think I've now mastered my APA citations.